looking at today? Well, sometimes you just have to do shit. NIHAP sent me this Medalla Light, and I've really been looking forward to it. Has a gold tab, and it's in a small can. It's got that going for it. And he sent two, so smells like any smells like Coors Light. No offense to Coors Light. Cheers. Well, the initial taste, maybe it's psychological, but it almost comes off as like a really, really light apple cider with some bubbles. And then it just kind of finishes as beer. I will say this, NIHAP, I really wish that all of the shit in the Corona bottles was at least this good. That Corona is just complete shit. Let's nothing really new to declare today. Just another day living in the world of epidemic. First though was Ben N, and a big congratulations. And then Matt Davis is third, but he's really second. And then Clyde says third, second, third was right. Harmarsh 2 is fourth. Harmarsh 2, the brew babe on the thumbnail, is gorgeous, so is the one on the screen. I try, I get help. I mean, speaking of another person that donates a lot to the Brew Girls is Big Jeff, Gunwild 1. I'm not sure on this one. He says fifth, bitches. Gillian saying 7th, being 6th. Gillian saying 6th, being right. Gillian, here, cheers. Drink some for me. I don't have any. And then Smile Money says, keep up the good work. And Mike says, thanks. And then Smile Money says 10th. So, let's see, 5th, 6th. Technically, I think you're 7th. Crazy Scotsman. Crazy Scotsman says whiskey. So Scotsman, I got a phone call and went up to Dead On to pick up the Casoul. And first of all, I had to do the paperwork, but technically speaking, the way it turned out, I wish you just mailed it to me. I got held. And after Nate gave me some shit, wanting to know if I get held or not held often, and I was like, is that an offer? He informed me that the system is so screwed right now because so many people are purchasing firearms. So yeah, I drove all the way up there and for nothing. But it was fun still listening to some of the people in there. There were people in there trying to buy handguns that didn't have purchase permits, so they had to take the class to get their purchase permit. And of course, then they have to go beg to make sure the government says that it's okay so they can have it. And then my buddy Nate, he's on the phone and he's like, "Yeah, we have ammo." I was like, "Is there a limit?" Why would there be we limit you to 1,000 rounds on the range, and you can buy as much as you want. Am I worried about running out? Oh my God, that would be terrible. I hope we don't run out of guns either. He was in a rather sarcastic mood today. Oh, that's right, I was commissioned to do some whiskey. I tell you what, Scotsman, not that I've had any kind of a day, I was working by myself and wore many hats throughout the day. Drove all the way up to my my new FFL. This would be officially the first FFL transfer that I've picked up at Dead On. And the thing that really kind of pissed me off is I'm like, what do you mean I'm fucking held? It's my goddamn gun. I know, but when it went into the system, yeah, I know. So Scotsman, a little Paul John Indian single malt, 55.5% peated. Right there in the middle of the shelf. Oh, if this shelf were to fall over now, I'd just fucking give up. Frontline says top 100. I can't argue with that. Zeus, guess what 15,000 people did to our Walmart today? They cleaned it out. I walked around in a mask scaring them. Laugh out loud. Smile money. Customer confidence must be high with all the buying. Yeah. Oh, this is just such good stuff. I have been looking around here and yeah, no. I've seen some expensive bottles of stuff that I honestly would be a little leery about buying, but because, you know, I don't know, probably not a bad deal, but, you know, don't really feel like spending like $200. Of course, that's not going to happen at all right now. If I had that kind of money, it would be just put aside as cash, because now the new rumor is that the banks may be, whatever. Christine's like, you might want to stop and pull some cash out of the bank. And I'm just like, I don't have enough money in the bank to pull money out of the bank. You know, I've got a bunch of bigger bills that are autos, and I need money in there. So if the world turns upside down, and oh well, I'll be down here hanging out with you guys, Scotsman. Oh. I'll do another one just for you, Scotsman. Not that I like it or anything. Clyde, I think you'd really like this. It doesn't have that really heavy, almost campfire-ish smokiness that the Lafroig has, but oh my God, there's just so much flavor and going on in there, and not to mention, you know, it's a 55.5%, so cask with a K strength, not as in you died and you woke up in a Scotsman. That was a great idea. Poco Loco, want to know why the virus got released? Where'd all the protesters go? What's the left hand doing while the right hand is dealing with the virus? Who's got something to gain? Follow the money. If they start pushing vaccinations and RFID chips, run for the hills. No shit. No, Poco, you're not going to get me to say conspiracy theorist, because I've said some shit that some pretty good friends of mine, I was just like, you know what, fine, we just won't even talk about that subject. Not quite as bad as some people I know, but we won't mention any names. But, yeah, I think you're a fool if you can mumble these words to yourself. The government has my best intentions at mind. Shit. Our March 2, you know, every one of those fuckers is going to want their money. Our March 2, happy St. Patrick's Day. it's such a non thing this year. It's like you can't hang out. Personal, I want to address something. So around here, our governor just, doesn't have like a meeting of the minds or put some shit out there like in 2 days. He just like does a thing and says, effective immediately, all restaurants and bars and blah 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 will be closed at 5 o'clock. And yeah, so anybody that was going to, here's a hypothetical. So say that you had plans to go to a bar. I realize a bar and like restaurants, they have their peak times, 5 o'clock, maybe again around 7 o'clock, that kind of a thing, blah, blah, blah. But if you have a business open early in the morning to late at night, your customers are going to trickle through. Now, if you take over half of that day away and say you will close at 5 o'clock, now you have a larger volume of people showing up in a smaller window. Isn't that sort of defeating their whole social touching and being around and the size of the groups? I think the stupidest fucking thing is anybody that is coming up with these business curfew times. You are simply, if someone's going to go, they're probably still going to go. Now you just compressed the window for which they are going. What do I know though? I don't, I'm not like in charge or anything. Steven, just try a different connector in the G20 if you don't like the mush at the end. It does seem like it'd feel a little odd, or Dremel polish everything internally. I don't think any of the stuff right now. I'm trying to think of which gun. I don't even know if I even have that one anymore. Yeah, I might try just doing a little polishing first, because I'm not really hating it. I mean, it's kind of nice to have a distinct wall and a break. I mean, the other Serpico trigger that's in the G22, that is it's a wall and it goes off. This one, and I'm almost positive this one has the Lone Wolf connector in it instead of the Ghost. I don't think I have any unused Ghost connectors. I might try, see what happens if I put the Lone Wolf, say, in the G19, and if that one doesn't get really mushy. I mean, the G19, that's that gun right now that it's one of the candidates is something that I could sell to raise money. And every time that I have had someone standing with money in their hand, or my neighbor wanting to trade a motorcycle I really wouldn't mind owning as an even trade, I've backed out of it. So I fucking hap. So there's something I like about my G19, but I could try swapping the connectors around and seeing if the Ghost connector worked better in the setup for that, or I could just try polishing the shit out of it, which I probably would do, anyway. There is nothing that I have ever found that goes wrong with a good polish job to the trigger mechanism on a pistol, unless of course it's your goal is a carry gun, and you just don't want it super ass light. Steven again. Before Cheaper Than Dirt sold all of their range ammo, a 50 round box of 9mm Tula was $33 fucking dollars. 750 rounds of brass Full Metal Jacket was over $700. The sad news is that they sold out. What in the actual panic buying fuck? See, even if I even if I had the means, Steve, I am fully with you. I did not play their little ammo game back when you were governed to 2 rounds and some people were, way overspending and hitting all of the Walmarts in their area to get their 2 fucking boxes. No, I will not comply with the stupidity. J-Dog is here. Jolson, need cowbell for the cure. Tardisius says that's the only prescription that works. Tell you what, I know a bunch of you don't like it, but that's what the mute button is for, or the fast forward button. You've been warned. I'm going to cowbell the fuck out of this one, okay? So, 3, 2, 1. Did you mute? I'm just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Jolson, this one's for you. Tardisius, this one's for you. Wow, if you didn't yield the warning on that, I bet you that freaking hurt. Smart money. That is why Jolson just comments on cowbells and Scotsmen about whiskey. You just do not remember things from one day to the next. I would explain, but you would not remember why I was explaining. Laugh out loud. After all, there is alcohol involved. Sometimes I remember. Smile money. You can buy some ammo from Cheaper Than Dirt. They have some great sale prices. Not. Didn't discourage. The overproof is usually 151. Oh, excuse me. But is much more likely to be actually aged without coloring and without spices to fake the flavor. I had some 151. I think it got consumed at one of our little get-togethers. Why? I don't know. But yeah, that's an attention getter. Then you can step it all the way up to what, 190 for Everclear. Real Cold Burnout. Hello. Oh yeah. I like it when you do the vid dirty. Smile money. My gun came with a trigger. I tuned my finger to squeeze it effectively. Now, arthritis may make it a little stiff or damp on cold days. MP Gunther 1. Happy dance about the trigger on St. Patrick's Day. A couple of them. Maybe I should have ordered one of them green. Smile money. You should be proud of Christine being valuable. The country needs people willing to serve society and not go around licking doorknobs. Well, accept it. There was 3 doctors that were the ones that spread the majority of the virus around this region. All from international travel. Yeah. Smile money. You should not take an untested gun for security. Take your AR pistol until you are sure the gremlins are gone. Well, it was just, yeah, no, I get it. It was just, but don't touch your mouth or your face. Rocco Burnout. You can always hang the flag vertical and it would be proper if there is enough room there, but it looks like it would touch the bench and the YouTube flag police would turn you in. Yeah, I don't have the room to pull that off. It just sucks because it's, in the scheme of things, it wasn't an expensive flag compared to some of the rest of them. MP Gunther 1, you You are definitely a well-armed American. God bless. Yeah. Okay. So I'm talking to Nate up at Dead On, and I look down and I see directly below me is the brand new Ruger 5.7, and I'm just like, yeah, it won't be long until they're probably getting sued because of that. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, the gun will fire with the safety on. And he goes, what? I go, seriously? I go, you want to demonstrate? I go, you want to see it happen? And I go, pull the slide off. He goes, okay. Grabbed it out of the shelf, pulled the slide off. I said, now pull the hammer back. Pulls the hammer back. And I said, put the safety on. Puts the safety on, squeezes the trigger. And he goes, no, it won't fire. And I said, now just take a pencil or anything and push forward on the transfer bar, simulating that you dropped it face down. And he goes, click. And we make eye contact. And he goes, fuck this thing. He goes, this is stupid dangerous. I go, yeah.
Why?
How was the store?
Not bad, actually. Still out of bread.
I think we're starting to, maybe mellow off on the stupid people around here.
A little bit. But everything's on flipping lockdown at work. You can't go into the hospital. The only place that you can go is the emergency room unless you're an employee. They have security guards at the door checking you to make sure that you are an employee, that you have your badge and, your proper ID.
Nice.
I feel like I'm working for the Pentagon, for God's sakes. Lord.
Pentagon with a pandemic.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's crazy, and yeah.
I send you that video of the girl sneezing at the bus stop.
No.
Oh. There's like a group of people, and there's one girl kind of standing out waiting for the bus while everybody's kind of behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And she sneezes. Mm-hmm. Guy pulls out a gun, shoots her in the head. She drops to the ground, and the rest all missed her with like Lysol and shit, and then just return back to like life as normal.
And now I heard some of the banks are not using gloves to handle money.
Well,
you're thinking this after the fact? Hello?
I'll say, if anybody knows how many germs are on money in general, you would want to have not touched your face before there was a fucking virus in the air.
Yeah. Not to mention you could have got cold, flu.
I mean, after all, they do say that the typical $1 bill has more germs on it than a toilet seat.
That I believe.
Then again, I think they say that your kitchen counter has more germs on it than the toilet seat.
That's why I use my Lysol wipes on my kitchen counter. Been doing that for quite a while.
I was gonna
before
say,
this became trendy.
I was going to say, you've always been ahead of the curve, though. You've always decontaminated.
Well, when you work in a hospital and clinic, you kind of learn these things.
Like that water? Contaminated. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was quite crazy
and
today.
And that water? Contaminated.
Doctors are really upset, too. They don't like to be, stopped and asked for ID.
I suppose. They're a big effing deal.
Well, pretty much. So yeah, I don't even know what tomorrow's going to bring. Is there going to be somebody at the door at 5:45 when I arrive? Can I see your ID?
Probably. At that time of the day...
my security guys, I'll be like, are you kidding me?
At that time of the day, though, don't you have to card in anyway?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the door is just open.
No. And there's cameras all over the place, so it's not like, you can go anywhere that you're not supposed to, because, there's cameras everywhere.
Cobra says, hi, Matt, being wrong. You should have said, hi, Christine.
Uh-huh. I'll let you get back to your brew review.
Smile Money says I should be happy, or somebody should be happy that you're valuable, essential.
That's one way to look at it.
I guess you have a job. You probably will be one of the last to be dismissed to go home.
Because we're the frontline people.
Well, everybody else is dead.
Well, you know what they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. All I can say is that I hope everybody here in the United States, in every city, county, nook and cranny, has learned how to start handling shit and doing it the proper way instead of the stupid way.
No. Zeus just made a comment that his Walmart, just about everything is an empty shelf.
What, blankets? Sheets?
Yeah, just like cleared the place out. He said for the fun of it, he went in wearing his gas mask.
We've had quite a few people that came in today wearing those masks that don't do anything. The masks don't do anything. Other than if you are already sick, you should be wearing one to not spread your shit around. But if you are a healthy person at this point in time,
I've already been saying that. The
masks don't do anything.
The mask is useless. Yet, if I want one because I'm fucking sanding or I'm doing something at work, I can't go to Menards and get any. It was one of the first things cleared out there. People bought up all them fucking masks before they bought up the toilet paper.
That's not even the right kind of masks anyway.
No, it's...
But that just goes to show you that when, when a crisis arises, people just fall into either two categories. Stupid, not so stupid, and smart, or three categories, and smart.
They got dots.
I bought some more pretzels. But I guess I'm good on those.
Well, actually, I'm down to right here.
Oh, okay. Do you still have hamburger in the refrigerator? That we didn't put in the freezer? Everything's in the freezer?
It's in the freezer except for chicken.
Oh, okay.
Where did the chicken get put in the freezer, too?
I didn't put the chicken in the freezer. I thought we had a bag of hamburger out. That was in the refrigerator. I guess it's pizza night.
And Brussels sprout.
Yeah. Did you find a recipe?
I haven't looked yet.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, I'm going to go mosey on upstairs and decontaminate myself. Kidding.
The hazmat crew coming over?
No, but you'll be happy to know that if you get sick and you feel like you're going to have symptoms, they're going to be opening up a hot spot there at Cuba City. That's why they got everything gated off.
Hang on, let me consult my doctor.
Very funny. Very funny, Eric. Very funny, Eric.
I'm still good for scotch.
Okay. We're going upstairs now.
Oof. Okay. David Brown here at work in my underpants.
Would that be his gold lamaze?
MP Gunther 1, a 2-pound trigger. Sweet. See, that's why I kind of want to just try polishing first. I might even do that as soon as we're done hanging out. Just give it a quick polish job. MP Gunther 1, I understand cheaper than dirt is price gouging again like back in 2012. $35 for a box of steel case 9mm? See, this wouldn't work if people didn't fucking get gullible and fall for their shit. Why? Okay, why would us... They probably wouldn't want to even answer this if you did it, but why would any of you hearing me ask this question, why would you pay $35 for steel cased, why would you pay $35 for anything? Last time I haven't even checked. I think what our Walmart stopped selling amp. I don't know. I haven't been in a Walmart in probably 6 months. But last time I bought, I want to say it was $9 or $10 for 100 rounds of 9mm white box, Winchester white box. Oh, excuse me. Agent Chaos. I just wanted to give everyone an update on my health. I tested positive for coronavirus. I'm going to be fine, but the coronavirus is now in quarantine. That's right. You don't F with Agent Chaos. Because even Chuck Norris checks in with Agent Chaos when Agent Chaos lets him. Gunwild. I had all of the symptoms of COVID-19 back in December, and I survived. My blood may have had the antibodies needed to save the world. Pay up, bitches. You know, it's funny that you say that, Gunwild. I was talking to Steve Schweitzer today, and he said there was he and 3 other people up where he's working, the sprinkler company. Well, actually, it's a bigger company. They do all sorts of things, but the company that I used to work for, he said 4 of them had a sickness that they said was unlike anything they've ever had. And now that the symptoms, you know, people talking about the symptoms of the COVID-19, they're like, they think, and they all had it in December. So, you know, so we're all panicking long after the fact, or what? Zeus, I got a package from China 3 weeks ago and I still haven't opened it. I will probably just burn it. Laugh out loud. Real Cobra Burnout. 1 hour and 8 minute and 14-second mark. Hoo-ha. Enterprise flashed her ample nacelles. And she was firing some torpedoes too. Yeah, that was that whole don't know what something had. So I'll probably effectively have the coronavirus tomorrow because my buddy Greg went to go work on one of the owner's places down in Florida. I declined the offer, and then was informed that they couldn't afford to send me down anyway. And but he did one of those, you know, if you ever need me down in Florida, well, I could actually use you. I'll buy you an airline ticket. And he was like, I was kidding. So help me God, if I get stuck down there, well, he's coming back, and in order to get, there's three hops on it for us. You would go from here to Minneapolis, and then you go from Minneapolis to Chicago, and then Chicago to Florida. Oh, no freak out in Chicago? What a big military thing? What big military thing happened? I'm just reading this out loud, and it's probably going to be a mistake. So it's probably just a conspiracy theory shit, but a friend of mine who lives in Illinois was told by a friend of his who is in the military that something's gonna go down there today that's gonna freak people out. Oh. That, I guess, turned out to be nothing. I really thought by now that some of these bigger areas that they were simply going to start telling people to go home. Stay home. so far anyway. So did he make it through Chicago or not? Are you bringing back virus samples for the rest of us? Enjoy your flight, Zeus. If you hung the flag vertically, it would be proper. Stars to the left, stripes vertical. Yeah, see, then I wouldn't be able to use it. You know, I don't know how many layers of shit are back here right now. For sure, it's the because I'm black thing, but between Tardisius and a couple of other people, I think I have a pile of flags hanging over there that are about that thick. Like you can just barely get the clip open anymore. I got the Irish one, I got the Gadsden flags. I've got in here. Tardisius got me the A for Anarchy flag, and that proudly hangs right behind my safe. Steven, the trigger I sent you was the original trigger design. They still make it and sell it. Oh, good. They probably should because I like it. Oh. You're still in Florida? You've probably smoked in the last 5 days. More than while you were smoking. Didn't work. There's a shock. Yeah, the guy that he's with is one of those people that has a carton of cigarettes and one match. Oh, he's at the airport. He's got an hour and a half still to go. Sorry, I don't mean to be. Well, I don't really care. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. The second half is free. Okay, Gunwild, you're such a trigger snob. Love you. Yes, I am. Yeah, I won't argue at all. What's a mandatory thing in my world? First of all, Smile Money. What is it, Smile Money? Yes, that is absolutely right, Smile Money. Magazine Disconnect. Fuck that piece of shit. Then after that, possibly working on the trigger. Now, I have things in the collection I haven't touched. The 4043 that I use as my carry gun is a double action only, and it's a carry gun, possible high stress scenario. Haven't touched it. The trigger in the 4006 that Jules gave me, pretty decent trigger. Probably will leave that one alone. The 5906 is still stock. Even though J-Dog told me to take everything apart and polish the fuck out of it and then put it back together. Have had a trigger job done on the 1006 and the 1066. And the 1066 is just frickin' gold. For the money, if I was going to have any Smith & Wesson trigger jobs done, single action, double action, it would definitely be Dusty up at Dead On. I mean, Nate... If anybody remember that name, he's the one that had the Smith & Wesson Master Tech do the trigger job on the 1006, and the trigger is even better on the 1066. It's just that double action is lighter than some single actions in that lineup of the Smiths. Just did a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic job. Stormy Coyote, technically, you're not wrong for displaying the U.S. flag in that matter, as long as the side with the star-filled corner is facing the enemy and not in retreat. Huh. See, you guys are awesome. I mean, it's not that. I mean, not that I couldn't, like, you know, probably even ask her where to find that information, but no. I mean, some of it I agree with. Some of it I think is, I'm sorry, but completely ridiculous. You know, it's like especially when that fucking lost douchebag nut job was like, oh, you know, I've done the math, and you know, I know, you know, I got some computer algorithms, and I know when you unrolled that flag, it hit the ground. So the fuck what? First of all, it didn't. You're wrong. But let's say it did. Big deal. I mean, I'm sure we all have a friend, or maybe you're that friend, that if you're hanging out at a buddy's house and you watch something like that happen, you have a complete freak out. And I realize, depending on your level of maybe dedication to this country, not saying that I'm not, but it is a flag, and I have the utmost respect for what it stands for, unlike a lot of millennials. But if it was to by accidentally touch the ground, oh boy, you guys should come over and help me fold this one. And if you know how big a folded flag like this normally turns out, you'll have an idea on the size of this flag. I bet you I could cover Jim's Mini with this one. It is a huge. Okay, as long as you're down there on the ground. No, that wasn't the flag falling. That was the vise for my the jaws for my shooting vise. Matt Davis, shit, if this keeps up, I'm screwed. No savings and credit cards maxed. Yeah, I'm with you. Right there with you. Mr. 27, holy intro babe jugs. Yummy brew babe. Wowza, yum yum. Oh, and look at the hot outro babe. Boobs babe, laugh out loud. Yeehaw. Tell me how you really feel. Zeus, I shaved my beard and my hair that went to my shoulders off. Someone keeps coming up to meet the new guy at work. I look boot? Laugh out loud? What does looking boot mean? Licking boot? Matt's not here though. Stormy Coyote, this cowbell needs more pop rocks. Matt Davis, happy St. Patrick's Day, cheers all. Yeah, how many of you hung out with all your buddies and drank green beer? Tardicius, the first day of spring deserves more cowbell. Hey Google, is today the first day of spring?
Spring in Russia began on Sunday, March 1st, 2020, and ends on Sunday, May 31st.
I don't care about Russia.
Sorry, I can't help with that yet.
Is today the first day of spring in the United States?
On the website farmersalmanac.com, they say, traditionally, we celebrate the first day of spring on March 21st, but astronomers and calendar manufacturers alike now say that the spring season starts on March 20th in all time zones in North America. And in 2020, it's even a day earlier than that, something that hasn't happened since 1896.
I'm even more confused. I'll just go with Tardicius is right on that one. And mute. 3, 2, 1. Wait, polishing my tinfoil hat, but I'm wondering what we're being distracted from by this 24-hour-a-day indoctrination. Good question. Now you sound like Christine. Wade, sorry. I'm following what Mr. Holster said about your carry gun. If you're comfortable with your weapon and enjoy shooting it, don't fuck with it. DFC, 56th. I'll have to trust you on that one. Sharky, Intro brew cowgirl makes up for the tardiness taking a sip. I'm sure Mr. Holster would agree. Brew boobs were nice find if I say so myself. If I come across similar babes, I'll send them on. Thank you. Mr. 27, nice. 20 pills to a box, sir. Mr. 27, hey Google, where is Multi-Gunman at?
My apologies. I don't understand.
She don't know. Hey Google, who has the patent on the coronavirus?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Smile money. Many of the signers of the Constitution lost all their shit. Whoops. There is that history stuff again. Smile money. Science. Your theory is that you can eat germs to make your immunity system stronger, but since you are against vaccinations, the flu immunity from live virus exposure is vaccinations, which can also be considered germs, doesn't factor into your theory. So basically your theory is based on the epidemiologic logic with along with company peer review. See, it had a subtle chance all the way until you added Christopher into that, and then it just. Another hour before Greg gets to head to Chicago. Might keep my distance from him tomorrow. Be doing a lot of ankle bumping. It's my money. See, I normally express counter opinions to keep you from staying too far. Remember, I get the same treatment daily for explaining the world to my grandkids, which causes them to get in trouble at school. Well, now, if your theories are correct, I would say that's bullshit that they would get in trouble. So they're contradicting liberal ideology? Is that what's happening at the school? Or revised historian? That kind of stuff. Okay, well, that's it. I could not find an alcohol percentage anywhere on here. And I'm sure if we did some kind of sorry, I was about to waste my time typing this in and seeing if it shows up on Beer Advocate, but I would guess it seems like it might have a little bit more zing than just standard 3.2, but it's not 5. So what do I say? Somewhere 4-ish, 4.5. Nah, I don't even know. I wouldn't even go even 4. I'm just gonna like 4%. Let me give it another once over just in case it's on here somewhere. Medalla Premium Light, not just normal light. And shit, they got a frog on the cover. That's like something right there. Where do I put this on the E scale? Well, I like this a lot more than the Corona. I mean, I've purchased Corona before. Maybe putting that lime thing in there got rid of all the skunkiness, but this batch I have is bad. It is like hideously bad. This, yeah. I guess I'd put it in like the 3 category. Oh. Okay. Now at this point in time, you have to make room for the Two-Hearted Ed Club to the sunny slopes of long ago for Scott. And both of those guys would want Justin. They're probably just hanging out together now, mocking me. So, ooh, it smells so much better. Clicking the button. See who's in the club this time. Smart money. Are you drinking already? Gillian? Two-Hearted Time? Let me dress that one with smile money. Yes. Carpe Diem? Still don't know if I'm fucking that up or not. It's not all about hearing the reset. It's more about feeling it when you fire and developing a correct trigger motion. According to Chappie of Beretta, trigger reset is the term used to describe letting the trigger forward only far enough to reset the sear after the previous shot is fired. It isn't important to hear it, it's more important to feel it. 1. Eliminates unnecessary motion. All motion equals time, and time is not on your side in a gunfight. Now, he should spend some time with John Huber. I cannot have a conversation about time. I cannot have a conversation with John Huber that time and the relativity to all things, especially triggers, does not come up. 2. Minimizes movement of the sights, thereby reducing the time wasted realigning the sights. 3. Helps reduce jerking of the trigger, which reduces the likelihood of missing. I can't believe someone hasn't... Oh, that's because it's the Two-Hearted... Well, you probably don't know you're in the Two-Hearted Ale Club, but yeah, no, you're exactly right on. And the reset, like I said, I'm gonna give her a polish, and I'm just gonna see what transpires on that. I mean, it has a really, yeah, you can, if you got headsets on, or I mean, you're just in a gunfight, trying to save your own butt, you definitely feel that. I might be able to get this to the point where I'm happy about it. Because that little area that kind of feels like creep might just be some junk that might get polished off. If not, I'll try swapping the connectors around with the one in the G19 and just see. But no, absolutely, my friend. You could not be more right. Crazy Scotsman 214, you suck. Carpe Diem again. If COVID-19 is China made, it won't last long, just like all the other shit made. That's good. I like that. I am going to steal that in my personal world. Fuck, that is awesome. Thank you. Gunwild, cheers, clubbers. I gotta... Oh, shit. Okay. Rico Burnout here at work. Cheers to Two-Hearted Ed and Sunny Slopes Club. Okay, hit the refresh button. Wow. J-Dog, Heart Club, Mr. Holster, and Cobra again. Sign made in China. Mr. Holster rolling over in his grave now. Just kidding. It's the thought that counts. That deserves a shot of rye whiskey. Cheers. I don't have any official rye. Rye. I don't have any official rye whiskey. I drank it all. Cobra. See, now this is just getting delayed. Now, I mean, you might not be the. Why don't we find a shot glass that's kind of cheery? I think I remember the last time, whatever this was. There's nothing sacred. Not gonna use it. Not gonna use it. No, fuck that. Oh, this one, on the other hand, might be more appropriate. Oh, that means I need to go for... What the hell? Cobra, where the hell do you hide the, where'd you hide the infinity skull? Okay. Okay. Oh. Smile money? Just shh. I was looking for this one. I have not tried this since it's had some mingle time. Now this was, how would you say that? The best of the rest, where that one was just empty the goddamn thing so that we can send it back to NIAP. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that this is a full-on rye, because I know Mr. Holster would not be happy with me. I probably should pick up something. I mean, there's a couple of the middle of the road stuff that I could get in a rye whiskey just to have in the collection, but oh, I wouldn't say it's that had the flavors of the Beacon Point without having the heavy kick of the Beacon Point. That shot was brought to you by Wyoming. Okay, if I click this and it's Crazy Scotsman saying whiskey, my liver is not going to be happy. Nope. Ruko Burnout stands as the last comment. Yeah, we can't even make a frickin' sign here in the United States. Maybe that's some of our problem. Why can we not make this shit over here? And yeah, you're right. We shouldn't worry about the virus, because if it was made in China, it's not going to last long anyway. That was great. Cheers. Thank you.